good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? Thank you for hopping on the replay. Hashtag replay. Let me know that you've been here, and I welcome you. I appreciate you taking time to watch on the replay. For everybody else that's live here, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I have to reload my page. It says I don't have internet connection, but I do have internet connection. I don't know what is going on. I have good signal. I've got my Wi-Fi on. I am not sure what is going on with this iPad. I think this iPad has a mind of its own sometimes. So bear with me through the technical difficulties here for just a moment. I am connected. Everything is good. I know we do have a thunderstorm, but that should not. It says I'm currently offline and I have full service. I'm connected. I just don't understand. So bear with me just a moment while I figure out what's going on here. Let me just turn off my iPad and turn it back on and see if that might help. No, my internet connection was restored. Well, it was never gone. Oh, goodness. Technology can't live with it and can't live without it, can we? There we are. Now I see ourselves. All right. About 10 more clicks and we'll have it. There we are. Welcome, welcome in. Say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. There we go. Technology. Sometimes things are just crazy around here. I am going to turn you down so you can see better. Let me see if I can get you a little bit closer without knocking my contraption down. Yeah, maybe that'll help. See if I can tip that. I want you to see, trying to adjust it, waiting to see. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Hopefully that will help. Just don't like it, you've seen all the bottles back there, but hey, that's okay, right? We are working with this big pumpkin from Hobby Lobby. It is a really good size, and we are going to do some crazy background this evening. I don't like the camera angle. Really don't. My thing is getting ready to tip over. I am going to have to fix this here. Bear with me just a second. I don't want my stand to tip over. Yeah. Sorry for the ride, folks. Hang on. Hang on for the wild ride. So what are you guys crafting on? What, are you going to any craft shows this fall? Do you got anything coming up? I want to take some of that Minwax dark walnut stain, and I'm just going to stain a couple of spots. I know you guys are gonna think, well, that's crazy. Why are you not staining the whole thing? I just want a little bit of stain, and I don't. You'll get to see here in a little bit on the white part. It'll make sense, I promise. The why I'm not staining the whole thing. First up, I want some color variation here and there. Go ahead and stain our stem. I took the jute out already. I don't know, it's like a hot mess, doesn't it? Trust the process. It all will work out. Because next we're going to apply some cracked patina. And that way that brown will show through. Dry this first. Hello, Miss Sherry. How are you, my friends? Spending any more time with the grandkids? I'm gonna take my gloves off now. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything on the other side. If I do anything on the other side, I probably will do a paint inlay. I have not decided yet. So if we want this color to come through as a crackle, we're going to have to apply our crackle now. And I don't want crackle everywhere. I just want it in a couple of places. So I'm using cracked patina from Amy Howard at Home. And this will give us some real fine line crackle. You don't need much, but it's hard to pour out just a little. And this bottle is going to last me a lifetime. I'm just using a regular brush to apply that. This is thick. And it is best not to go over it 50 million times like I'm doing. But you know, it's do as I say, not as I do, right? And I will show you my inspiration piece here in just a moment so you'll know what I am talking about. Because I know you guys are thinking, not sure what on earth she is doing. I don't know if it's going to turn out or not the way I envision it, but we're going to try. We're going to do our best. You can only take an inspiration piece and try and see if it's going to turn out the way you envision it. If you don't try, then you'll never know. So I encourage you to try just to see what happens. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to mimic something that I've seen. And I cannot give credit because I honestly don't know where I had seen it at. So if you recognize it, if you know who was the original artist, let me know, because put it in the comments, because I honestly don't remember. This is, my printer didn't print it off correctly, but this is my inspiration piece. That is kind of the look I am going for, but I don't remember where I got these pictures from. There is no name or anything. I normally try to copy the name, but I didn't copy the name this time around. I'm going to dry it really good, and then we're going to create the ribs of our pumpkin. I am using Victorian blue. I'm going to use, what is the name of this one? Fresh Mustard from Country Chic. I am going to use some black. I'm going to use some brown from Country Chic, but I cannot remember the name of that one. It is called Leather Bound. And I'm also going to use vanilla frosting from Country Chic. And then we're probably going to add a little bit of Splendid Gold over the yellow. Got to make sure that this is completely dry before we put our next color on. And I didn't even think about that. I might need some more paint brushes. I was so excited about doing this, I didn't lay out enough paint brushes. I'm going to do the yellow in the middle, the cream colored on the next to it, and the blue on the outside. That takes just a minute to dry. Let that sit for a moment. I'm going to tell you which stencils I'm going to use while I let that dry a little bit more. I'm going to use the Gather in Gratitude. I'm going to use the words only. And all the links for the stencils are in the comments. I mean in the header. I'm going to use the Fleur de Lis pattern. I'm just going to use the little ones. I'm not using the big one. It comes with these two small ones. And I may use the Damask Trio from our Sweet Melissa. And we may, I don't know yet, use part of this napkin. I know you guys are going to think like, she has lost her mind. Still tacky. Don't know where I have my little fan. Let me see if my fan will be better for that. To dry that. Because sometimes the heat makes it tacky. There's my little fan. Here to help it dry. And I will create some ribs. I've penciled it out, so I kind of knew which way to go with that. Yeah, it's still tacky right there. That's the longest part, waiting for this to dry. It'd be good if you have another little project you could do. But we can just chat, right? Trust the process, absolutely. Hey, Miss Bonnie, how are you, my friend? First day of school. Oh, man. Yeah, this is taking forever to dry. I'm sorry. I've got some feathery things on my... And if you guys lose me, then it is because of the storm. I'm thinking it has moved on, but just in case it hasn't, I'm gonna go use both the heat and the air. And if not, we'll just move on. It'll be alright. That's dry. This is the only spot down here that is not dry yet. So let's start painting in the middle right here where we can. Let's leave that laying here. Maybe it'll help it dry. Let's see what we can do. Okay, my middle I have to see. I got that one, I got this one, and then I got that one. I have to see which way those went. I don't have much paint left in here, so it is making an awful racket. I'm going to try to go from light to dark. And I'm going to go from here and do that section and then over that section. I like to wet my brush. And let's see, I'm going to go... And nothing is edged in stone. We can always go back over it and repaint. I said, we're just flying by the seat of our pants tonight. I will show you again here in a moment what our vision is. And it's already crackling right there, which is perfect. And this is gonna be a rustic vibe. So if it is not perfectly colored, I'm okay with that. And I'm going to do the other rib on this side. Need some more paint. I said the middle one is going to be gold. Colored. And I just had to figure out where I wanted my ribs to be for the pumpkin. Our words will be in the middle. I just thought this would be a fun thing to recreate with paints. Put a little bit of water on here so my paint will flow better. And it's looking like a hot mess, isn't it? We are trusting the process. I want to dry that here in just a moment. I think that looks pretty good. Because we're going to add the stencils over top. And it's all going to work out. This is that mustard yellow. I'm just going to grab, oh, I might have enough in here. I'm just going to leave that color on here. Have you guys shopped the fall stencils? Which ones did you pick out? Any of them your favorites? I've got many favorites. See how the vision is coming together? I will show you the picture here in just a moment. My visionary picture. And I don't mind if we have some texture on here. You know, like thicker paint. Oh, that looks good. I like that. And I'm going to hold it up here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and dry that. And then I'll show you the crackling happening. Hey, Danette. I'm glad you could join me, Miss Maggie. You hanging in there, my friends? How is the new meds working? We have a lot of drying time here, so hang in there with me, hang in there. And you see all that beautiful crackling happening? Not all of it is dry yet, but we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to dry my brush up, because I'm going to use that same brush. Dry. I'm going to clean my brush out. And if you want it crackling all over, you can stain the whole thing and then layer your paints over top. Right. The end pieces are going to be in the Victorian blue. And this is DecoArt. I'll check comments here in just a moment, so bear with me. I get quiet when I'm concentrating. Sorry, guys. Once we put the patterns on here, all of this is going to fall into place. And we'll probably add a little bit of shading. Add a little blooper. I just love that crackling showing through here and there. got a little bit more blue out. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you guys so much. And I don't know if everybody has seen my post. I am not going live on Mondays anymore. I will try to do more reels and bring you reels. I just gotta take care of my hubby. I think that looks good. I will hold that up here in just a moment, I promise. New doctor, though she knew better. What? They weren't working. I went back to my original med. The depression has been horrible, but it's getting better. I'm glad it's getting better. What do you think about these pumpkin colors? You probably are like, what on earth? Some crazy pumpkin colors. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger down here. I love the colors. I think I am going to make that rib a little bit bigger on the bottom. Like that. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger right there. Get a little bit more of the yellow out. It just looks kind of weird down at the bottom. Another coat over here. That looks better. Yep, like that better. And I'm gonna dry it and then I'm gonna hold it up for you guys. hope it will be pretty. Hey, Janice, my friend. This is my inspiration piece. My printer went kind of crazy, but that is the thought behind this. Can you see the vision? I am going to take a little bit of the burnt umber, and I know it's a dark color, but I'm going to go over that stem up there, and sure I will. Sorry for the noise. Leave this sitting upside down for just a minute. I'm just painting in the little ribs from the stem, where the stem comes together with the pumpkin. I'm going to turn that towards me for a moment. Now this is a little bit of a different brown than the brown of the stain. So I'm just going to paint all of this brown, and we'll add some black highlights and things. I'm going to add defining this a little bit. Make it look a little bit prettier. Those little details. Got a little bit more of that brown. a little bit of shading through here. It doesn't have to be straight. Just want a little definition. My arm keeps sticking in that paint right there. So I'm gonna move over to this side where I can rest my wrist. And just remember, this is only paint. If it doesn't look good, we can always fix it. I'm gonna go ahead and go on this side as well. And again, I'm not looking for perfection because we're going to add other details to this. And I just want you to see that you can do this. I'm just adding a couple of lines here and there, nothing spectacular. And all I'm doing is I'm just rolling my paintbrush. I got that a little bit wet, so I'm just rolling my paintbrush in that. Just keep reloading your brush. And some of this will be covered up. We're going to do the edges with, oh my goodness, I can't think. Our stain or I'm just adding a little bit of ground. Or dark Kills wax. I could not think of the name of that to save my life. Soften it up a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. And if that was too much, we can always go back to our other paint and just bring that back down. We just want it to look like it's been around for a while, sitting on the ground. We'll add some more details in. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm just randomly positioning these. I'm going to use my dome brush. And if it doesn't show up, if it is really light, I'm okay with that. I'm going from lightest to darkest color. That way I can use the same brush. Kind of like that. That's too much. I'll offload a little bit more. That one I'm going to do in gold. There's still a little bit of that white on here. I'm okay with that. Yeah, like that. Ooh, we got some smears on the back, so we're gonna have to clean that up first. Right there. I think my yellow wasn't completely dry, so it lifted it. I'm trying to hurry it along, so it happens. Let's see. I'm going to do the gold again. I think I'm going to do both of that in gold. I think that'll look pretty on that blue. Very light pouncing. My yellow wasn't completely dry yet, that's why it did that. Always offload. These brushes hold so much paint. Always, always offload. That's why you see me moving back and forth. Thank you, Bonnie. I hope so. I hope it'll be pretty. My vision is pretty. I'm going to dry it and put another coat on there. My vision is pretty. I like the crackle in the different areas. I think that adds a lot to this piece. Having that crackle. And again, if these are not full coverage, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I like that. You know, I got to do things in threes, so I'm just going to add one over here, just a half one. Now, while you're looking at that, should we add part of these napkins on here? My idea was, since it has flowers on here, to add like one up here, one there, and maybe a little one up here. You guys let me know what you think. Our words is going to be in the middle. And I'm probably going to go over all of it with the antique wax and make it old looking. Very faint, I like that. Yes to the flowers. Yes. Hey Eleanor, how are you? Glad you were able to hop on. Yeah, I will distress this. I am gonna dry that here in just a moment. I was thinking about, I am gonna cut the butterfly out, but I was thinking about putting one down here, because our words will lay, and I will go over a little bit, and I apologize. Our words will go right here. I think that will look good right there. So I am going to cut around this. I don't like straight edges, guys. Well, the butterfly can be saved for next time. And I am not going to, this will be dark. It will be dark down here. But I do want it to, got to remember that spot. We're going to add some more florals. Whoa, hello. I'm just using a fan brush. And if it wrinkles, the better. I should put this over on the other side. If there's anything that you are needing from Essential Stencil or that you want from Essential Stencil, don't forget, use an ambassador code. You can use mine. It's WK21. I would greatly appreciate it if you spread this out, if you share it, sprinkle it, spread the whimsy. I would appreciate that as well. All those little things mean a lot to me. And again, I am not worrying about this being wrinkled. Not one bit. Thank you, ladies. The other one is going to go up here. And I think I'm going to cut part of it off. I'm only going to add part of that, and the other part I'm going to add in that corner up here. I'm just doing this so I know where I need to cut it or rip it. Then you guys can tell me whether that vision that we had actually turned out the way we envisioned it. And that crackle will show through the napkin. That's the cool part about the napkins. That crackle will show through and it makes it look really cool. Now we've got a little wrinkle in there. And I will sand that off here in just a little bit. I'm just trying to hurry and get this done. I knew this was going to be a longer project because it's got so many details. But I'm so happy that you guys are here and hanging out. Let's dry that real quick. And then we'll do our other corner up here. You guys know I like things in threes, so I just love that part right here. I just think it is so pretty. Take that little butterfly off. I want that a little bit more in the white. I don't like that it is a little straight edge right there, so I'm gonna take a little bit off and make it not so straight. My brush got stuck on my little what are those things called? The little tongue depressors. That's what the noise was. Sorry if my arm was in the way. Whoop. Oh, come on, save it, save it, save it, save it. Embrace the wrinkles. We've done a lot with this project. Put that in there. I'm going to go ahead and add the words, and then we can add some more florals on here because I don't want it to interfere with the words. Okay, what color do you think? Should we do the words in black or brown? Black or brown for the words? I'm thinking black. What do you guys think? Black or brown? I'm going to use DecoArt black. If you guys say brown, then I can still switch it. I'm using my 3/4 inch brush. Don't forget when you place your orders to get you some brushes. Oh, you say brown. How about a brown black? I've already got black on here. This is like a burnt umber. Not sure what that was. I just got to be real careful that I'm not getting anything that I don't want on here. I love the saying, gather in gratitude. I'm just positioning my fingers to where it is really close so that I'm not going to get any of the things that I don't want, like the acorns or any of that stuff. See, that's why I blocked it up with my hand. Oh wow, that looks good. That looks really good. I want to add something down at the bottom right here. It just needs something down here. It just looks naked. I'm just going to do this part right here. I'm trying to get as much paint off as I can. just very, very, very lightly brushing across. Very light hands. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to sand it back. Do we need anything else anywhere, or does it look good? Let me sand these off. And I am embracing the wrinkles on here. I love it. And off camera, I will use the Waverly wax, and I will go over the whole piece and wipe it back to age it out, because I don't want it that bright. What do you guys think? And you can see the crackle in the stem right there. And this is what we have, and this was our inspiration pieces. I think that we've done pretty good. What do you guys think? You say leave it not to age it out? I'm going to wait until this is even more dry before I sand over the whole thing, because this is still wet up here. So I'm not going to sand over it until all that is dry. But that black brown turned out really good. That was a very good choice. So should I age it out with the antique wax, the Waverly wax, and wipe it back, or should we leave it? Thank you. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, I have never done it before. I was experimenting. I was going to see what it looks like, and next time we know what to do better, what to do different. But I think it turned out pretty good. I really like all the little bits and pieces. I'm going to read our To Strengthen Your Soul blessing for tonight. It's out of Psalms 147:3, and it says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. God knows what you are going through. Trust Him. I know somebody needed to hear that tonight. Psalm 147, verse 3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. God knows what you're going through. Trust Him. Trust the Lord. He will not leave you. Age it. Yeah, it's 1:45. You guys want to hang out while we do that? Well, no, it's not completely dry yet. I am going to wait because this is not completely dry. I'm going to let it dry, and then I will use the Waverly wax. I will apply it on and then wipe it back. All right, ladies, that is all I had for you this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope having the crackle just in a couple of places made sense, and this crackle, you don't even see it much, but it just adds so much to the piece. Your flowers would have came out more vibrant if you would have put white under there, but I didn't want to. I wanted it to blend in. So I love the crackle here in the middle. And we could have crackled the whole piece. I don't know, I just love it the way it is. And on the back side, I am going to do a paint overlay. All right, ladies, have a great night. Hop over to Essential Stencil and see what fun things they are creating over there. Appreciate you. Thank you for sprinkling it out and all the good things. Have a blessed evening, my friends.